I came home from the lake house bonfire with lake water in my shoes and laughter still stuck in my throat. The party had started at sunset. Someone's parents were out of town, so the whole junior class showed up with coolers of soda, Bluetooth speakers, and a stack of driftwood taller than me. We built the fire so high the sparks looked like orange fireworks against the black sky. I danced barefoot on the sand until my soles were gritty, then, on a dare from my best friend Maya, I sprinted straight into the water in my denim shorts and white camp t-shirt. The shock of cold made me scream, but the scream turned into giggles when everyone cheered from the shore. By the time Maya's older brother drove us home, it was pushing 2:30. The porch light was off. Mom hated wasting electricity, so I fumbled my key twice before the lock clicked. Inside, the house smelled like the lemon cleaner Mom used on Fridays and the faint ghost of Dave's aftershave. Upstairs was silent. Mom had picked up an early shift at the hospital, and Dave was probably snoring through a Golf Channel rerun. I left my soggy hoodie on the banister like a surrender flag and tiptoed to my room on the second floor. My bedroom door creaked the way it always did, a tiny horror movie sound that made me smile. Moonlight striped the carpet through half-open blinds. I didn't bother with the lamp. I just kicked the door shut, peeled off my wet socks, and belly flopped onto the bed. The mattress exhaled like it had been waiting for me. My phone, where was my phone? Panic flickered, then faded. I was too tired to care. Sleep tugged at me like the lake current. A soft knock. 3 taps, light but deliberate. You decent? John. Of course. I rolled onto my back, squinting at the ceiling fan. Define decent. The door opened wider. He stood silhouetted against the hallway nightlight, holding a towel like a peace offering. John was 24, home from the city for the long weekend, and he always looked like he'd just stepped off a surfboard even though the nearest ocean was 6 hours away. His dark hair stuck up in sleepy tufts, and the old grey t-shirt he slept in had a hole near the collar from too many washes. You're dripping on the carpet, he whispered. I'll live. He stepped inside anyway, closed the door with his foot, and flicked on the little lamp by my desk. Warm light pooled over posters of indie bands and the string of fairy lights I'd never taken down from Christmas. John tossed me the towel. Dry off before Mom finds a puddle and grounds us both. I sat up, rubbing the towel over my hair. Water dripped from the ends and dotted my t-shirt. I thought you were asleep. Was? Then I heard the front door do its dying cat impression. He leaned against my dresser, arms crossed. You lose your phone again. My stomach dropped. Please tell me it's not at the bottom of the lake. He grinned, reached into his pocket, and produced my rose gold case like a magician. Found it on the kitchen counter. Plugged it in for you. You're welcome. Relief whooshed out of me. You're my hero. Don't let it go to my head. He watched me towel dry my arms. You smell like campfire and bad decisions. Bad decisions were limited to 1 cannonball, I said. Scout's honor. He snorted. You were never a scout. I stuck out my tongue. The motion made the room tilt, exhaustion, not anything else. John's eyes flicked to the motion, then away. He cleared his throat. You should change. You'll freeze. I glanced down. My white t-shirt had gone see-through in the lake, and the air conditioning vent above my bed was blowing Arctic. Goosebumps raced across my skin. Turn around, perv. He rolled his eyes but obeyed, facing the poster of my favorite band. I shimmied out of the wet clothes, yanked open a drawer, and pulled on soft cotton shorts and an oversized hoodie that used to be his, stolen 2 summers ago, and never returned. The sleeve swallowed my hands. Okay, decent, I announced. He turned back. The hoodie made him pause. That's mine. Finders keepers. I flopped onto the bed again, this time sitting cross-legged. You can have it back when I outgrow it. You're 22. That ship sailed. But he was smiling. Silence settled, comfortable, but humming with something new. Outside, a dog barked once and stopped. The fairy lights blinked in slow rhythm. John rubbed the back of his neck. So. Lake party. Any drama I should know about? Maya tried to teach Connor how to two-step. He stepped on her foot 3 times. She threatened to push him in the fire. I laughed, remembering. Then I pushed myself in the lake instead. Solidarity. He chuckled. Sounds about right. Another beat. I picked at a loose thread on the hoodie cuff. You didn't have to wait up. Didn't plan to. He shifted his weight. Heard you giggling on the porch with Maya. Figured you'd forget your phone, or your keys, or your entire backpack. I'm not that hopeless. Last week you left your laptop in the fridge. That was one time. Heat rushed to my cheeks. I was looking for yogurt. He laughed quietly, the sound warm in the small room. Then his gaze softened. You looked happy out there. On the porch, I mean. Laughing. I swallowed. I was. Good. He pushed off the dresser. Get some sleep, mermaid. He was almost at the door when I said, John. He paused, hand on the knob, thanks. For the phone. And the towel. And everything. He glanced back. The lamp painted gold in his eyes. Anytime, M. The door clicked shut. I stared at it for a long second, then flopped backward. The ceiling fan spun lazy circles. My phone buzzed on the nightstand, Maya sending a blurry photo of the bonfire. I smiled, set an alarm for noon, and let sleep take me. Morning smelled like blueberries and bacon. I woke to sunlight pouring through the blinds and the muffled clatter of pans downstairs. My hair looked like a bird's nest, but my hoodie smelled faintly of John's laundry detergent, cedar and something clean. I padded downstairs in mismatched socks. John stood at the stove, flipping pancakes with the concentration of a bomb tech. A stack towered on a plate beside him, golden and perfect. The radio played an old song Mom loved. He wore basketball shorts and the same holy t-shirt, barefoot on the tile. Morning, chef, I said, sliding onto a stool. Sleep okay? He didn't look up, like a rock. I stole a blueberry from the bowl. Mom and Dave. Left at 6. Note on the fridge says, don't burn the house down. Direct quote. I laughed. We've matured since the great popcorn incident of 2019. Rarely. He slid a pancake onto a plate and set it in front of me. Syrup's warm. We ate in easy quiet. Sunlight striped the table through the window. Outside, the neighbor's sprinkler hissed in rhythmic arcs. I dripped syrup on my thumb and licked it off. John's gaze flicked to the motion, then to his own plate. So, I said, cutting a perfect triangle, big city plans today. Thought I'd mow the lawn before it turns into a jungle. Then maybe fix the gutter Dave keeps complaining about. He shrugged. Exciting stuff. Sounds like a dad weekend. He snorted. Don't remind me. I chewed thoughtfully. You could come to the lake later. Everyone's going back for a picnic. Maya's bringing her speaker. No cannonballs required. He raised an eyebrow. Tempting. But I promised Dave I'd handle the yard before he gets home. Responsibility looks good on you, I teased. He rolled his eyes, but his mouth twitched. After breakfast we fell into a rhythm we'd perfected over years. I loaded the dishwasher while he wiped counters. He stole the last strip of bacon. I flicked soap bubbles at his arm. The radio announcer said something about a county fair, and we both groaned. Mom would drag us there for funnel cake and rigged games. By 10, the kitchen sparkled. John grabbed the lawnmower from the garage, while I tackled laundry on the couch, folding t-shirts into neat squares. The hum of the mower drifted through the open windows, steady and familiar. I found one of his old concert tees mixed in with my clothes, faded black, soft from 100 washes. I held it up, smiled, and added it to his pile. Mid-mow, he appeared in the doorway, grass clippings on his calves. Need water? I tossed him a bottle from the fridge. He caught it one-handed, twisted the cap, and drank half in one go. A bead of sweat rolled down his temple. You missed a spot by the roses, I said, bossy. Accurate. He grinned and disappeared. The mower roared back to life. I moved to the back porch, with a book I wasn't reading. The sun warmed my shoulders. Bees buzzed in Mom's lavender. John pushed the mower in neat rows, earbuds in, humming off-key. When he finished, he killed the engine and flopped onto the grass, arms spread like a starfish. I carried out 2 popsicles, orange for me, cherry for him. Reward for services rendered. He sat up, took the cherry one. You're spoiling me. Someone has to. We sat on the porch steps, legs dangling. The popsicles melted faster than we could eat them, sticky rivers down our wrists. John wiped his on the hem of his shirt, revealing a strip of tanned stomach. I looked away, focused on the horizon where heat shimmered above the fence. So, he said, Thanksgiving. You bringing anyone home from campus? The question caught me off guard. Like, a boyfriend? Or girlfriend? Or study buddy? Whoever. I laughed. No. Just me and my laundry. He nodded, licking cherry syrup from his thumb. Cool. What about you? City girlfriend with a cool apartment and a cat. He snorted. Cat's allergic to me. And the girlfriend thing, complicated. I bumped his shoulder. Spill. He hesitated, then shrugged. Met someone at work. She's great. Funny. Smart. But every time I think about bringing her here, I picture Mom interrogating her about her 5-year plan. I giggled. Mom's thorough. Terrifying, he corrected. Remember when she grilled my prom date about curfew? Poor Sarah still texts me on the anniversary. We laughed until the popsicles were gone and our fingers were sticky. John stood, offered me a hand up. His palm was warm, calloused from weekend projects. I took it, and for a second neither of us let go. Inside, the house felt cooler. John disappeared to shower. I claimed the bathroom downstairs. The hot water washed away lake salt and grass stains. I sang off-key to the playlist Maya had made for the drive home. When I emerged, towel drying my hair, John was in the living room, remote in hand. Movie, he asked. Only if I pick. He groaned but handed over the remote. I scrolled to the animated dragon movie we'd watched 100 times as kids. He pretended to complain, but settled on the couch with a bowl of popcorn. Halfway through, the dragon sneezed fire and singed a castle. I laughed so hard I snorted. John paused the movie. You still do that, he said, grinning. Do what? The snort laugh. Since you were 12. My cheeks burned. It's a medical condition. It's adorable. The word hung between us. Adorable. The movie stayed paused, the dragon frozen mid-sneeze. John's eyes flicked to my mouth, then away. I cleared my throat. Play. He hit play. We finished the movie in silence, but it wasn't awkward. It was the kind of quiet that fits, like puzzle pieces clicking. Evening crept in with long shadows. Dave texted that he and Mom were grabbing dinner with friends, home by 10. John ordered pizza, half pepperoni for him, half veggie for me. We ate on the coffee table, arguing over whether pineapple belonged on pizza. It does, fight me, after we tackled the gutter. John climbed the ladder while I held it steady, passing tools like a surgical nurse. The sky turned lavender, then indigo. Crickets started their nightly orchestra. Almost done, he called down, don't fall. I'm not catching you. Liar. He was right. I would. When the last screw tightened, he descended, grass and gutter grime streaking his arms. We high-fived, palms sticky with effort. Inside, we washed up, then collapsed on the porch swing with glasses of iced tea. Stars blinked on one by one. I leaned my head against the chain. Remember when we used to count satellites? You always fell asleep first. Because you cheated and counted airplanes. He laughed softly. The swing creaked. Fireflies drifted across the yard like tiny lanterns. John's voice was quiet. I miss this. When it's just us. My heart did a funny flip. Me too. He turned to face me. Campus is good. Yeah. Classes are hard, but I love my roommate. And the coffee shop on campus makes lattes with oat milk that don't taste like sadness. He smiled. Proud of you, Em. The sincerity caught me off guard. I looked down at my glass. Thanks. Means a lot. Headlights swept the driveway, Mom and Dave, early. We scrambled inside, pretending we hadn't been stargazing like kids. Mom hugged us both, smelling like restaurant garlic bread. Dave clapped John on the back for the gutter. Normal chaos resumed. Later, in my room, I packed for the drive back to campus. John leaned in the doorway, arms crossed. Text when you get there, he said, promise. He stepped inside, picked up the concert tee from my open suitcase. This is definitely mine. Possession is 9/10 of the law. He tossed it back, smiling. Drive safe. I zipped the bag. You too. Don't let the city eat you. He pulled me into a hug, quick, fierce, the kind that squeezed air from your lungs. His chin rested on my head. See you at Thanksgiving, little sister. See you, big brother. He left. I finished packing, set my alarm, and fell asleep to the sound of cicadas. The drive to campus took 4 hours. I blasted the playlist Maya made, windows down, singing at the top of my lungs. Halfway there, my phone buzzed. John, found your hair tie in the couch. Black with tiny stars. Mailing it, I grinned, thumbs flying. Me, keep it. Souvenir, John, will treasure forever. Drive safe, mermaid. I smiled the rest of the way. Thanksgiving came fast. I brought laundry and stories. John brought a pie he swore he baked. Mom raised an eyebrow at the store-bought crust. We built a blanket fort in the living room, bigger than the one from childhood, and watched the same dragon movie until we fell asleep under fairy lights. Years later, people ask how we stayed close despite distance and growing up. I tell them about the night I came home soaked from the lake, and my stepbrother handed me a towel, a charger, and a popsicle instead of complications. Some bonds don't need drama. They just need someone who shows up with dry clothes and a spare phone cable, and knows exactly when to hand over the remote. We still argue about pineapple. He still mows in neat rows. I still snort when I laugh too hard. And every summer, when the fireflies come out, we sit on the porch swing and count satellites, airplanes and all.